Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Lectures in Labcoats. My name is Sparks, and I will be your lovely lab-coated lecturing Let's Player for today. Now, I've written a little program. It's a web application. You can get it from my website, and it gives you a block of code like this, quite a long piece of code, and you put it in a command block, press a button, and it spawns a command block which is able to count from any number from 2 to 105. So this one here is set with code for 4. So if I press this 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, it turns into a redstone block. You can then use your original command block to set that back and reset it back to 4 again. So I'll show you this web application and how to use it in just a second. It's a very simple code generator on my website, but I just want to show you some of the things you can do. So if you get your original command block, that's this one here, and connect it with a repeater or a comparator to your for counter, you can actually get a counter which resets back to 0 once it's done. 3, 4. You can see the torch pulses the output, and because it powers this command block, it also resets itself. So that's pretty cool. There's a couple of other applications you can use here. You can tell it to count up, give out a different redstone signal depending on how far through its counting cycle it is. You can tell it to count down, like this one here, and you'll see that when it resets, it will count back up to a full signal strength. Oh, it's raining. Weather clear. There we go. You can also tell it to count every other count, or specifically count up n steps every n counts, sort of thing. So this is going up by 1 every 2 presses. So you can actually have multiple things triggered at certain points in the counting system. So that's about all I've got to say about it here. I will go over to the web app and show you how to use it. Okay, so we're currently on my website. There'll be a link to this page in the video description. It's accidentalgames.com/media/cbcounter, command block counter.php. So this is a very simple application. You can tell it how many times you want to send a signal into the command block using this box here. Let's go with 4. And under the advanced settings, there are options. You can choose what to replace it with. It defaults to a redstone block, but we could, for instance, change that to redstone torch. Fraps has a real trouble recording browsers, so I hope this looks okay. You can also choose from this drop down whether to record output signals or not. You can choose to count with a rising signal strength, count with a falling signal strength, or don't count, which involves less lag. And down here you can choose to increase or decrease the signal strength by 1 strength every 1 counts, is by default. So you can also choose where to spawn that second command block. So let's just leave it like that. Click generate code, and you can then copy all of that code and head back over to Minecraft. Okay, so we're back in Minecraft. We've got our code copied to our clipboard. Put down a command block. We can paste that text into that box, put down a button, power it, and there's our counter, counting up to 4. And once it's counted, it should turn into a redstone torch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The torch popped off because there was nothing for it to stand on. We could put something there. In fact, we probably should. And then we can put a comparator here. So there we go. That's basically it. Your counter is ready to go. Putting that comparator there will cause it to reset itself, which is great. And that's about it, really. That's how to use it. I should point out, there's a couple of things I want to say about it. This is quite important if you want to use it, especially about signal strength. Firstly, if you wanted to count to more than 105, you can stack these together. So this one down here spawns that one, and this one down here spawns that one. So I've set them to spawn at 2 across 1 up, which you can do in the app. And this is set to count to 4 twice. So this one counts to 2, this one counts to 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. It resets and pulses this one. So this one counting to 2 is now on 1. And then the second time 4. And the reason I'm showing this is that you can use that to multiply numbers. So if you did 105 times 105, that's a pretty big number appearing on the screen now, because I can't work it out right now, even though I already have, but I've forgotten it. Anyway, signal strength, moving on from maths. Some of you might be thinking, oh, but you can't count up higher than 15 signal strength in Minecraft. Well, you can. This is counting up, and every time it counts up, it adds 1 to its signal strength output. Now, redstone dust can only contain signal strength up to 15. But comparators can store any signal strength, really, a very high number. So this signal strength here is currently 15. And what you can do here is you can set one of these comparators to addition mode, put 15, or subtraction mode, sorry, by right-clicking it, put 15 signal strength in, and it takes 15 away from 15. So if you give it 16 and take 15 away from 16, you get 1. So you can actually track signal strength from these command blocks that is higher than 15, and use that to continue to have events triggered at certain points in the counting stage. I want to talk a little bit about redstone updates with these counters. Now, and a curious thing happens where if there's redstone dust within 2 blocks of a counter, it does this. If you're counting signal strength, did you see that? It does this weird thing where it counts it more than once, and that's to do with the dust. If I take the dust away and do that again, it's fine. It's literally just the dust. So you can get away with this by measuring the command block's signal strength through a block like this. It still triggers it. You can put a block or a repeater in front as well, and that works fine. So either of these will work as long as there's no updating redstone dust within 2 blocks of the command block. It's very odd. It's very odd. But if you're measuring signal strength, this is worth bearing in mind. Now, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about this. It's going to be really useful. I mean, it has a lot of advantages over traditional counters. You can make it reset instantly. You can count up to huge numbers and it's only 1 block in size. There's a lot of options for how to make signal strength increase, so you can have it trigger things at certain stages in its counting process. And I think it's just generally going to be pretty useful. I should maybe quickly explain vaguely how it works. This 4-block counter should explain it quite well. So what this command block here is doing is it's spawning a new command block in its place, and that new command block has code to spawn another command block, and that command block has code to spawn a redstone block. So you can see that quite clearly here. We've got these curly brackets at the end here. Each one signifies an extra command block. So there's 3 curly brackets there right now. If we power it, it replaces itself with a new command block, and now there's only 2 curly brackets. If you do it again, there's only 1. If you do it one more time, you've got the central code, which is set to redstone block, and when you power it one more time, it turns into a redstone block. So fairly simple for counting. The reason it can't go higher than 105 isn't to do with the character limit, which is a little bit higher, but to do with the amount of nested curly brackets that Minecraft seems to be able to track. So thank you very much for watching. There is a contact form at the bottom of that web app, and you can also leave comments in this video if you want to suggest any other features this app should have. If you use this design anywhere, that'd be great if you let me know. Just want to see how people use it. Great. So I will see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.